Can you hear the kettle boiling? Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a very relaxed read-in on a Saturday morning. Happy March 1st. Happy St. David's Day. I just saw a short that prompted me to go to the current host, I guess. And I think her name is Carrie. And I was saying Dewey-thon because I think of Dewey Decimal System, but DEWI is Dewey, like David. Anyway, it's Welsh. I'm not going to try to make it make sense. But yeah, St. David's Day today. It's also the first day of Celtophile Readathon, also the first day of Irish Readathon, also the first day of my drafting month. And I just did my first session and got 844 words in about an hour and a quarter. So it's probably about half of what I want to do today, which means I will work in another session at some point. But for now, we're taking a break to have a second breakfast and do our read-in. So I am participating in HRCYED, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, hosted by Stephanie on QWordy. And for one of her prompts, she has read a book and then read 3 books by authors who have blurbed that book. And it's quite a difficult prompt. I thought I would sort of find my way into it more easily. And then when I started cracking down on HRCYED things in the last couple weeks, I realized this is a hard one. A lot of books don't have author quotes. They have publication quotes, which do not help. They do not help for this prompt. So, but I did finally find one in my library because I'm trying to do most of this with books that I own or books from the library. And I did have romance authors that blurbed each other's books. Praise the Lord. So one of the books that I have to that I have to read is by a Sophie Kinsella, who is a very prolific author. So I went through some of her catalog and my library system and found 4 books that I put holds on and have now to read. So I'm going to try a chapter for each one, and then we'll see which hits it off first. So I'll introduce them to you, and then I'll go butter my toast. The first one is Christmas Shopaholic, which is a very cute cover. It's a Christmas book. Let's see what it's about. 'Tis the season for change, and Becky Brandon, née Bloomwood, is embracing it, returning from the States to live in the charming village of Leatherby and working with her best friend Suze in the gift shop of Suze's stately home. See, this is the stately home is drawing me in already. Life is good, especially now that Becky takes time every day for mindfulness, even if that only means listening to a meditation while hunting down online bargains. Oof, that's a no. But Becky still adores the traditions of Christmas. So let me see which year. This is 2019. She's very prolific. I think she does like a book a year. And I haven't met Becky Bloomwood before, so that would be different. Love Your Life, also a cute cover. I think she definitely jumped on the bandwagon, or maybe started the bandwagon. Love Your Life is 2020, so the next year. Call Ava romantic, but she thinks love should be found in the real world, not on apps that filter men by height, job, or astrological sign. She believes in feelings, not algorithms. So after a recent breakup and dating app debacle, she decides to put love on hold and escapes to a remote writer's retreat in coastal Italy. Gosh, see, she has such relatable heroines. She's determined to finish writing the novel she's been fantasizing about, even though it means leaving her close-knit group of friends and her precious dog Harold behind. Oh, okay. So far, this one's winning because dating apps, am I right? We've got the one that already has someone requesting it back at the library. So this is the shortest leash for the alone. It's called My Not So Perfect Life. And what year is this publication? 2017, so older. Everywhere Katie Brenner looks, someone else is living the life she longs for, particularly her boss, Demeter Farlow. Demeter is brilliant and creative, lives with her perfect family in a posh townhouse, and wears the coolest clothes. Katie's life, meanwhile, is a daily struggle, from her dismal rental to her oddball flatmates to the tense office politics she's trying to negotiate. No wonder Katie takes refuge in not quite true Instagram posts, especially as she's desperate to make her dad proud. Okay, so this is like the mask we wear on social media. Again, master of the cute cover. Just like suggestive, but not like cutesy. I like it. So far, I Love Your Life is still winning. But here's a food-related one, The Undomestic Goddess. So this is an older cover. You can tell it's a very different style. Still like neat illustration. And its date, 2006. So 2005 for hardcover, 2006 for paperback. So it's like 10 years before. A light as tofuti novel you'll devour. That's interesting. Workaholic attorney Samantha Sweeting has just done the unthinkable. She's made a mistake so huge it'll wreck any chance of a partnership. Going into utter meltdown, she walks out of her London office, gets on a train, and ends up in the middle of nowhere. Asking for directions at a big, beautiful house she's mistaken for an interviewee. Ooh, shades of Wooing the Witch Queen. And finds herself being offered a job as housekeeper. This also sounds like a bookstore set in Ireland that I just DNF'd. Her employers have no idea they've hired a lawyer, and Samantha has no idea how to work the oven. She can't sew on a button, bake a potato, or get the exclamation symbols ironing board to open. Relatable. How she takes a deep breath and begins to cope and finds love as a story as delicious as the bread she learns to bake. Oh, okay. I like that one too. Okay, well, we have two contenders for front runner, and I will start with Love Your Life just as soon as I butter my toast. But I also want to say I put another one on hold for Black History Month / Black Author Tuber Readathon, which is You Gotta Be You by Brandon Kyle Goodman. And this was a recommendation from Leslie. So we're all going to storm her channel at the end of these reading sprints. But I just wanted to say I'm finally reading this, so that'll be fun. But yeah, again, not much prep. So I'm just going to say, let's read. And how long do we want to read for? 38 minutes after the hour. How about 22? So we have an even number. There we go. Let's do this. And I will put myself on mute so you don't need to hear my toast crunching. All right, let me know what you're reading in the comments. That was hilarious. Okay. This is gonna speed right by. She's described 2 terrible dates. I'm in. I'm in. So, how did that go for you? 22 minutes of reading. I'm on page 29. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Oh, raid. That's the word I was thinking of, not storming. I mean, storming works. But just to let you guys know, I was probably going to run this about 2 hours and then raid Leslie's channel because she has a anniversary stream. It's celebrating 300 subscribers, 3 years on Booktube, which I can't hardly believe. And there's another third month of the year, I think. So thought that'd be fun. And if anyone is here and wants to have some happy vibes, we can go on over there. But how did that go? Eva came in and was doing a kitchen reset, which I'm curious about. Because yesterday was so nice, I did a patio reset. So I don't have a garden, but I do have pots of plants and stuff on my patio. But it's been a mess for a long time, and part of the reason it always looks bad and I never want to go out there, part of it is the weather, but part of it is the screen. I have like this special cloth screen that's supposed to have air go through it so it doesn't get whipped off, but also not be able to see through it. So like you can hang out on your patio without people looking at you. And I guess it's mostly for the plants because the wind makes everything die. The wind is really bad over the cliff. So anyway, it's tangled and it's sagging and it just looks like a junkyard. So I put some more zip ties to like straighten it out. And then I moved some of the pots around and got rid of the water and moved the chair, threw away some of the decomposing bits that I had thrown on the compost, which I'm not supposed to do. And what else did I throw out? A couple of the chair seat covers that were like mildewing. So, yeah, patio reset. So now it's got like phase 1 done. We'll see. Next day of good weather, I have time, I'll go out there. That is not today though, because I woke up and did my first writing sprint for drafting month, and I'm about halfway through for the day, so that's good. Jim came in and said he's reading Cryptonomicon, which is super long, for March of the Mammoths. Did you finish Barnaby Rudge? I don't remember seeing the end, but I haven't seen a video from you in a while, so I know you've put them out, but I haven't, I guess, clicked on them. The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. My husband picked it up from the library with nothing to go on but the author's name. That's so cute. I hope he's doing well. Yeah, the Mime Order, it's not the first one, but it might be second, third, or fourth. I don't know which order per my request, starting at this sprint. How'd it go? It has a map, so Eva says, I love it so far. Jim says, on page 5 of Cryptonomicon, only 905 to go. Oh my gosh. But just think, Cryptonomicon came out before cryptocurrency, so you won't have to suffer through any of that talk. It's already come up on one of the bad date experiences in this book, which is why I was thinking of that. Eva says, our kitchen is small, so it gets unorganized so quickly for me. I just got it all tidy and organized again. Excellent. Excellent. I did dishes yesterday and it took me like 5 turns. So sometimes I wait until the sink fills up and then I have to do a bunch of turns because I don't have a dishwasher. So it's like a very small area where I can dry the dishes, which is next to the sink and on top of the stove. So I like do as much as I can. And then while I let that dry, I like do something else so I can go back and do another round. That's fine. Eva says, that sprint, I read chapter 1. Look at me reading. I like this story. I can tell it isn't book 1. Came into some action, lots of things and people. Yeah. I thought that the 5th one did a pretty good job of like slotting me in and getting to know people. And I knew there was a pass with some of them, but it gave me like the temperature reading. It didn't have to know all the details. Just had to know like, oh, what is this character's feeling about them, which is fine. There's only one book listed on the author's other title, so I'm guessing this is book 2. Gotcha. Cool. So far, so good. Jim did finish Barnaby Rudge. Oh, I put out a 1-minute review. Okay. I don't think I saw that. That must have slipped by. I'll check it out. Sounds good. Well, I have had my toast. I did eat it on camera, but I did mute for the crunching sounds. And I'm on my second cup of tea. So, good Saturday morning. Most Saturday mornings, I would say, I go down to the farmer's market at around 10. But not today. It's Leslie's celebration, so I figured I would skip out. I didn't go last week either, which is fine. I am eating lots of good, healthy meals. I came back from the gym yesterday and I had made something so that I had like a serving's worth of the spinach and what was the combination? Spinach and rutabaga or something and tofu, and I forget what it was, but it was like they were both like pretty good, balanced, and I don't know. I felt very good from my non-planning efforts having yielded 2 options. Like I was at a restaurant and I could just go to my refrigerator and go, oh, which one do I want now? That's a good feeling. Anyway, what else? Are there any events to talk about? So I'm not normally on Saturdays, as I said, but I usually do stream on Sundays, and tomorrow's stream is going to be about readathon strategies. So if you're doing multiple readathons, how do you double dip or like see me in action trying to get the most mileage out of all the books I read for my priority TBR? And I was trying to figure out how I would do the alphabet one because I've been putting off finding a title or author that starts with a certain letter to make up the alphabet or my name until the end, because I'm like, well, if I have 100 books, they'll probably fill the prompts, right? And then if I have any rare letters, I'll search those out. And that's exactly what happened. But I didn't know how I would do it because I don't have like a special spreadsheet and I don't know how to like tilt and sort and isolate the variables and all that stuff. So I wanted to practice so I didn't just fumble in front of y'all for the live stream. And then I ended up doing it. So it's like, well, so I guess I'll just take you through what I did tomorrow for the alphabet and the name prompt. Well, for the alphabet, and then I'll do the name prompt. But yeah, it's the less spreadsheet heavy approach. So perhaps there are those of us readers who can follow such an approach and not be so scared of the Excel stuff. So yeah, I've got a basket and the Sophie Kinsella is part of that. But yeah, I've got like a handful of books and they're pretty specific at this point. So I'm excited about the ones that I've chosen. I could always choose different ones, except for a few key ones because of the letters. I definitely need to read The Alice Network by Kate Quinn for the Q. I definitely need to read Voyage Around the Room by Xavier de something for the X. And then I have some choices for the V, and I think I'm still looking for which I'm going to read for Ace and Intersex, but we'll see. Like maybe this will be one and it'll just be a happy coincidence. So anyway, I'll go more into that tomorrow. Oh, the background is different for us too. Did I miss? I'm not sure why it says 2. But if you're asking about the background, yeah, it's just a different angle in my living room. I changed my furniture around quite a lot, but what you're seeing here is the usual like reading position. The armchair, the pillow, and I'll have to like switch my knees back and forth to the left, to the right, because if I stay too long in one position, they start to hurt. But yeah. And I closed the curtains because of the lights. But yeah. Oh boy. I'm sure this says Happy David's Day. Div Davy Hoppus. I don't know. How close did I get, Jim? I did say Happy St. David's Day at the beginning. Ava says, I need a spreadsheet to catalog my home library, but that's a big project. Oh, yeah. I didn't do the whole library. I just did the books that I've read since July for her kid. Yeah. And I'd written those down as I went, so it's not going back and trying to remember. Literati Medium. Hello. Hey there. Can't stick around, but wanted to stop by. Have a great day. Thank you. So I think this is Stephanie, and I was just in her writing sprints because during my drafting, I came up with a word I couldn't remember, and I thought, someone's got to be doing writing sprints right now. I'll ask the writing community. And she was. I just searched for it, so now I'm a subscriber, which is cool. Happy happenstance. Eva, you sitting in front of the window. 2 in addition to the Saturday stream being new. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Thank you. We've got an Elena. Hello. Good morning, Margaret. Happy first day of March, everyone. Yes, happy St. David's Day, says Jim. Well done. Yeah, when I saw the announcements, I seriously said Dewey-thon, like Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Those are my culture references, not Dewey-thon. Davy-thon. I think that's how she said it. I think it was Carrie, Keri, whose video about it I was watching. But yeah, Davy-thon. Oh, now we're cracking out the extra characters. Nicely done. Oh, yeah, that W. I don't even know what that's called. Free pancakes on March 4th this Tuesday. Depending on where you live, is that Shrove Tuesday, Shrove Pancake Day? Are you going to have some fun little races, pancakes on spoons? That'd be fun. Okay, are we ready to jump back into a sprint? It's 9:12, so if I said 18, that would be another good sprint. How about that? Till 30. Oh, now it's 13. Then we have only 17. Wait. Let's amp it up one then. 17 and... Oh, the math. Let's just do 27 then. So we'll read until 40 minutes after the hour. 27-minute sprint. Okay, there we go. I'll mute myself and see you in a few chapters. And we're back. Woo. This lady moves quickly. Okay, I'm up to page 64. She moves quickly. That's all I'll say. And I mean the author, not the character. All right, so that was a longer sprint, 27 minutes. How'd everybody do? We had a cat come in and say good morning. Are you reading, Cat? Are you writing? Are you recipe developing? Are you giving somebody shit in someone else's sprints? Jim reminded me Shrove Tuesday is also Mardi Gras. Sorry. He said boop the like button. Thank you so much. And Emma came in for a bit to say hello, Margaret, and everyone. Yes. I'm sure Emma's not here anymore, but she's the one who didn't like the burnout. So I'm reading my second Sophie Kinsella, and I don't know if anyone caught this, but it made me laugh really hard. What part made me laugh really hard? Oh, I know what it was. It was a plot twist. So the one before that made me laugh out loud was a dialogue, which is a hit, a palpable hit. But the second one is the plot thing that she had to do, the device to enable the action. Oh my god, it made me guffaw. So anyway, yeah, that was fun. Jim is on page 12 of Cryptonomicon. Oh my god. Why is it so slow? What is Cryptonomicon about? Isn't it science fiction? Okay, I had to look this up. Cryptonomicon. Neil Stevenson. Techno-intellectuals. Oh, that doesn't sound very inviting. Sounds too much like pseudo-intellectuals. Goodreads. Cryptonomicon is a kind of all-digression attempt at showboating where the reader is disdained all over upon while Stevenson tries to outdo Heller and Pynchon. Oh, Jim, I don't know if this is a good one to choose. Speculative fiction. Oh boy, rereading Cryptonomicon. Don't revisit your heroes. Huh. Have you looked at the reviews before you started this? This might even qualify for like a lowest rated for HRCYED. I just seeing a 1-star review. Okay, so the publisher's blurb is markedly different. A breathtaking tour de force, which means nothing. Neil Stephenson's most accomplished and affecting work to date. Cryptonomicon is profound and prophetic, hypnotic, and hyper-driven as it leaps forward and back. ... I don't know that I'm getting good vibes from this book. And that's already discounting the title. Oh, I don't know what you're in for, Jim. Let's see. There's Alan Turing and 2 others riding around near Princeton. Interesting. So he's got real life figures in a speculative fiction novel. Interesting. Well, I was gonna try a chapter, so I feel like I should go to another book and try the first chapter, but because this is so enchanting and it's going so fast, I feel like I should just stick with the same book. I'll probably be able to get through 2 of them, and then return them all by the next wrap-up time. I do wrap-ups every other Wednesday, so I just did one this week, so I have a week and a half, which should be enough time for any library loans. Oh boy. But yeah, I can do 2 Sophie Kinsellas in that time. There's a lot of books. I have a couple to finish from February. 2 Black History, 1 Black History, 1 Black Fantasy. And yeah. Oh, here's the other thing to update people or remind people about. I'm doing a giveaway next Friday. So I do final Fridays and first Fridays productivity streams, and I will be wrapping up the reads for Black AuthorTuber Readathon and drawing a winner. So if you have read a Black AuthorTuber's book, there are a lot of short options, so you could still do it. You've got a week, and write your name on that spreadsheet next to whatever book you read. You can be entered to win all the books. So ideally how this would work is you would read a person's book that wasn't one of the featured authors. You'd review it on your channel, promote their channel and work, do some good in the world, and then you would get picked in the giveaway for the 4 featured authors books. So if you're in the US, I can send paperbacks if they're available, and if you're international, I can send ebooks. So either way. Oh, Jim said, I read Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson a decade or so ago and enjoyed it. I have DNF'd Cryptonomicon twice. Oh, okay. So this is like a third chancer. Wow. Jim says, I read A Great Romance last week, Role Playing by Kathy Ardley, recommended by Aoife. Excuse me, recommended by me. I've been pushing that one for like the past 6 months. It was so good. You must have not caught that. That's fine. It was really good. Yeah, role playing. Oh no, I've been pushing Do Me a Favor. Role playing was the one before that. So it was like a year and a half ago, and I said it was really good. Leslie is back making breakfast and listening to your stream. Good morning, Leslie. I have read a few chapters of my Sophie Kinsella pick for her kid, but you know what I wanted to show you earlier was that I got this from the library, so I'll be probably reading this before I have to return it in a week and a half ish, 2 weeks, I guess. Which is a Leslie recommendation called You Gotta Be You by Brandon Kyle Goodman, and she has all sorts of good things to say about this, so I'm excited to read it. When I actually, so I had to do a lot of prep for the strategy session tomorrow, and I've got a basket of books that are my priority TBR already, but they're almost all fiction. So March is looking to be a fairly fiction heavy month, but this would be a good sort of, I think, balance of nonfiction, but like positive. Because I don't think I want to be drawn into some super heavy, dense stuff while I'm drafting the novel of a book, and that's got most of my attention. So yeah. Yes, it's so good. She says, I'm excited for your thoughts on the book. Yeah, it should be good. And in case you guys don't know, Leslie is having an anniversary stream to celebrate 3 years on Booktube, 300 subscribers, and it's the 3rd month of the year. So there you go. Yeah, it's also the 1st of March, so lots of good things happening this month. I'm going to be raiding Leslie's live stream for this. So like I said, I'll probably be doing my read-in of Sophie Kinsella books for a couple hours, and then either take a break and raid, or just like raid Leslie's live stream so that we get a lot of good engagement on her stream. I think that'd be fun. I don't think I can actually I'll just put a link in the chat. I think there's a way you could do that in Twitch where you send all your subscribers there, or your people watching, but I don't think you can do that on YouTube. So we will just go en masse like it's a revolutionary mob following with torches. I'm excited for that. There we go. Okay, so now I don't need to go find the link. Thank you, Leslie. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, no problem. Yeah, okay, so I'll star that for later. And then, okay, so this is only after the 2nd sprint, and I'm 64 pages in. Yeah, that was quick. 64 pages in. Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella. It's very cute. The main character's on a writing retreat in Italy, and she's wasting her time writing, but being obsessed with a guy. And the thing that I was laughing so hilariously at is that if you think you'll read this book and don't want to spoil it, where's my little spoiler thing? The reason that this guy walks into her life is that there's a martial arts retreat that's in the same monastery, and their instructor gets sick, and so a few of them come over to the writing retreat to try it. And I was like, what? What? Because I was like, when we met all the people in the writing retreat, I was like, I don't see any likely characters here. No one has sparked your interest. And then, like, to have that happen, I just started like howling. Okay, so that's the only little spoiler I'll put in there, and that's kind of funny. But yeah, are we ready for another sprint? Yay! Congrats to Leslie. She says it's been a wild ride. It is a very cute book cover. Yeah, and these characters have a weakness for dogs. So I didn't realize this, but they're in windows, and the beagle is flying between the windows, and he's got a bone to treat the beagle, which is so cute, which I didn't even see before. So there you go. 9:51. Let's jump into another sprint. That was fun. So 19 minutes. Let's make this one shorter. So 10. And then we'll probably get 4 sprints in. Okay, I'll mute myself and see you in 19 minutes. I let it slip. I'm a minute late. Ugh, it was too good. What I was curious about was the writing retreat ended, and I'm like, not even a quarter. I'm on page 98 after 3 sprints. How'd you guys do? They're a couple. They're the couple. So obviously they're going to go through some stuff in short order. How'd you guys do on your reading? So Cat Paw came in right in time for the sprints, which I only just saw. And Jim said he's up to page 17 of Cryptonomicon and taking a food break, which I love. I had my... Oh, I'm not finished. I thought I finished my tea, but now it's cold. Hi, Tiffany. This is the one I decided on, Tiffany, and I'm on page 98, and it's very good, and it's made me laugh out loud 3 times. So, and I'm only like not even a quarter of the way through, so it's hitting all the right buttons. What are you up to? How did you do with your scenes yesterday? I know you're going for a big either word goal or scene goal. Big writing day yesterday. Not for me. Today's the start of my writing month, and I've got 844 words under my belt. Woohoo! Like half a day's worth. Oh, Kat's still here. Kat's has read 11 pages from Dragon of Black Glass by James Rollins. Rollins? I don't think I've heard of either the title or... I mean, it's a common enough name. I don't think I've heard of that author. Cool. Did you just start, or is this an ongoing read? Because I'm just starting my Sophie Kinsella. Okay. I guess we will only have 3 reading sprints, because I figure I'll have 10 more minutes of chatting and then send people over to Leslie's live. Tiffany says, I didn't get quite as many scenes done as I wanted, but I hit a little over 6K. Oh my gosh. Before my brain quit. You were aiming for 3,000 and you got 6,000. Like, geez Louise. You must have a lot of other stuff to do. I find that when I have a high output day, I've been doing other like puttering things. And I think that's what helps my mind like gather up stuff I can't even tell, but like it's ready to release on the day, you know, and then oh. Catpaw says, I read 2 chapters earlier of Another Day Gone by Eliza Graham. I don't know that book either. You guys all have these like unique books. I love it. But it's downstairs, so I started looking at what I'm about to start to work on. Oh, okay. Yeah, you had a big push on one of the books that had been sitting around for a long time, like years. Is that what you're going to be working on, or is it a different project? It's exciting. Leslie says, I'm stuffing my face with food and making a background for the stream I forgot to make. Hey, I don't make backgrounds anymore because I have the free version. You could make your life less complicated, just saying. But yeah, backgrounds are fun. But as you can see, a lot of us have defaulted to the black. Very cool. To Tiffany. Kat says he usually writes thrillers. This is James Rollins. But this is the last book in a fantasy trilogy that arrived Monday. Ooh, like released Monday or arrived at your house? Huh. Yeah. Interesting. So I don't read a lot of thrillers. When they overlap with like mystery, sometimes is when I will get into them. But the way I find out about most thrillers that I know about is because I produce an interview almost every Tuesday. And Hank Philippi Ryan, who is a mystery thriller writer, I'd say thriller writer, hosts and interviews all these guests with books that are new or just come out. And so I get to see a lot of them passing through as she promotes their book. And maybe like 1 and 8, I'll be like, ooh, that sounds like something I would read. Whether it's historical or it's got like social justice themes or it's got like a specific thing that I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. Yeah. Tiffany says, I wanted to get some writing done this morning, but I keep getting distracted. Distracted. Yeah. I feel that. Elena says 111 pages and 11 chapters read. Woohoo! And 43% into my book. I don't think you told us when you came in which book you were reading. No. Which book are you reading? And is it for a readathon? Because we're in a readathon mood this weekend. Happy 3 years to Leslie. And we're in a readathon mood because my Sunday stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific is going to be about strategizing for multiple readathons. So a lot of it will be geared toward HRCYED, but also keeping in mind the March readathons I'll be participating in and a climathon. So we'll see. Oh, Elena's reading Euphoria by Lily King. I actually have that book on my shelf. So finally one that I know. And I haven't read it yet. I love the cover though. It's like this brilliant green and orange. At least my edition. Oh, I hope it's good. I haven't picked it up, but I really wanted to like 3 years ago. That's why it's on my shelf. Kat says, showed up at my house Monday. Okay. He's more adventure thriller. Usually something from the past brought to modern day and destroy the world. Okay, so like a Jurassic Park or something. Interesting. James Rollins. Okay, all right. I've situated him in my mental library now. Cat Paw says, I found it when I was going through and downloading my Kindle books and decided to read it. Okay, so Eliza Graham, Another Day Gone. Interesting. Yeah, good point about going through and downloading your Kindle books. So I downloaded my Kindle books and then a couple days after the end date, the gatekeeping. What's that gate? Not a trestle. What's that? It's something with a T. The one with the spikes that comes down. Portcullis? Maybe it's portcullis. Anyway, I was looking at the iPad that has the Kindle books on it, and I made it in airplane mode so that it can't communicate with the Amazon mothership anymore. These books are mine, Amazon. I don't know. Maybe, I have like 30 on there, not very many. So maybe I'll actually read through all of them that I haven't yet, and then I won't have to worry about it. How about that, Amazon? But yeah. It's still Terminalia, so this was my question from yesterday. Probably bought as a buy early for $1. Who does those deals? Usually when you buy early, you have to buy at the full price. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying my Sophie Kinsella read. And so that means this little spontaneous read-in that I thought of a couple days ago is a success. I hope this has been fun for you guys to chime in on. I'm going to be writing later. I'm not sure when. Leslie's going live in 10 minutes, so I will. It's from 49 minutes after the hour if you want to find it in the chat, if you want to click on the link. But I'm encouraging a raid over to her live stream so we can celebrate her 3rd year anniversary. Let's see. Oh, I don't remember this. Was this across markets? Cat Paw says, Kindle used to pick 6 to 8 books on the 1st of every month to promote to buy for $1 each, I assume. Huh. Yeah, none Interesting. I don't remember that. I also, I was on Smashwords after I was on Kindle, and Smashwords does these sales, like, I think twice a year for a week, and I've participated in them, and I don't think I've ever sold anything on those sales, so I keep getting messages from them about every 6 months saying, "We have determined that one of your books doesn't meet the premium catalog standard, so it can't be in the premium catalog," which is like their bare minimum to put you in anything. And it's I think it's probably because they finally, like, found another link that's like, "Review me here," and I don't wanna have to reformat to redo an old manuscript because this is the YA book from 2014. Find the interior, reformat, take the link out, and I'm just like, "Fuck off." The first in this book, and the first time that I laughed out loud was they're talking about a new dating app, and Sarika is the character who's, like, she's being very strict. She's saying, "No this, no that, no that." She's going through, like, a dozen different random, occupations that she's like, "No, I don't want them if they do this," which is pretty funny. And she turns back and taps at her keyboard again. "No magicians," she types briskly. "No dancers. What about choreographers?" "What's wrong with dancers?" objects Nell. "They're fit." "Just don't fancy it," says Sarika, shrugging vaguely. "He'll be out every night dancing. We should keep the same hours." "No oil rig workers," she adds as an afterthought, typing again. "How does the site work?" I say, baffled. "It starts with your deal breakers," replies Nell. "It shouldn't be called meet you. It should be called sawed off you, and you, and you." That's what made me laugh. Deal breakers, sawed off you. This just made me laugh. Tiffany had it right when she's talking about comedic timing, because she, like, builds something up and then bam, the punchline just is so good. Tiffany says, "I'm getting set up for Small Town World." Oh, okay. So is that today? It is a Saturday. Yeah, Small Town World with Nia. Hopefully I can get at least a scene or two done after that. Awesome. Link. Oh, you're on your do you have a wrench on your other channel? Maybe not. More moderators, folks. No, you do. Okay, so you can add a link to Small Town World if you would like. Cat Paw says it's a reformat thing. I get those too. Yeah, I just can't be bothered. I was talking about this with Elaine, maybe, or someone else, and just talking about how old work, it's just hard to get up the motivation to improve something that, like, is not new and has very little going for it in terms of getting in front of people's eyeballs. I did that once with the rebranding of the cover and it didn't do anything. So I'm even less inclined to gamble. I don't like risk. I'm a Taurus. I don't like risk. Sweet. So hopefully we can be what's that word again? Stream hopping. So Tiffany's got Small Town World, which kicks off maybe at 11 for me. I can't remember. But in 5 minutes is when Leslie's live starts, and I will give you all a 5-minute break and sign off now so that we can all hustle over there. And again, there's the link. Actually, I should probably grab it so people can click on it. Boop. Beep, 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 beep. There you go. So feel free to stream hop and say hello to all the folks. We'll be here. All right, I'm going to give myself a little bit more than 5 minutes to change out of my PJs because it was a pajamathon, readathon this morning, and I'll see you over at Leslie's. So thanks, everybody. have a fun day today. Get outside, get some sun if you can, and enjoy your reading. Diversify that shelf, take care of yourself and each other, and I will see you again soon. Maybe even tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay. Bye.